So this is my video for this week, and my video for this week is pumpkin pet cookies, actually puppy cookies. I have an Afghan Hound that just was neutered, and for his treat, the doctor had told me to get him some pumpkin. Now, pumpkin can be the normal pumpkin in a can, which to me, that's really boring. So what I want to do is give him something exciting. So we're going to start with the ingredients first. And the ingredient says, I try to get organic, salt-free, gluten-free, everything, because that's so healthy. If it's healthy for my body, I want it healthy for him to live longer. So what it says is usually you take a half a can of pumpkin, and I'm putting it in a bowl about this big, okay? And I'm putting a half a can in. I'm just kind of measuring it because half a can is a half a can. Okay, the next one that they normally say is 2 eggs. Well, 2 eggs, you know what an egg looks like. So what I'm going to do is put 2 eggs right here in this container. Very easy. I'm not going to mix it yet because what they want is a half a teaspoon of salt and then 2 teaspoons of water. But not only that, they also want you to go ahead and you could put in yours peanut butter. I don't, because it says it's kind of apt for dogs, so I don't do that. But what is really important is that I found gluten-free flour for the cookies. So what I'm going to do is put 2.5 cups of flour, and this is my cup. So I'm going to do 2.5, 1, and it might be too much. So what I might do is just do 2, and if I need more, I'll go ahead and put it, because I don't want it. Last time I made it was like really hard to mix. And I want to show you, these are really cute. I got this, it's at Michael's. They're a dog shape. And these were like 88 cents and 99 cents, and of course got the dog bones. So these are what I put on the cookie sheet in order to make it. When I got all this in there, let's go over it. You need a half a can of pumpkin, which organic is what I use. 2 eggs, easy. A half a teaspoon of salt. I sometimes don't do that. 2 teaspoons of water and 2.5 cups of flour. I start at 2 cups. I use a regular old-fashioned one. So when you go ahead and make it, what'll happen is if it's a little bit too stiff, I'd put a little bit more water in it, or even another egg if you want. Some people put dried milk in it, which is fine too. But I try to stay away from the milk products, the cheese products. Give you a story. My other puppy had passed at 6 years over an issue that we don't know of as health issues. He was an Afghan Hound. It will be 2 years in September. And what happened is we found out that it might have been the product that we were feeding him with. We found a product that was all natural. Someone told me it's the protein in the food that he has to have in order to be healthy and to feel healthy and not get the junk in the system, no sugars, nothing like that. They do have probiotics for dogs, as you know. It's called Florified, and that is a really good product you can buy. You can buy it on Amazon. And the thing is, it's a really good product because what it does, it kind of settles your stomach if you have an upset stomach dog. Pumpkin, of course, does the same. So that's why I'm going to make a pumpkin cookies today, because I want his stomach to feel really good and not to have all those upset stomach gurgly noises and things like that nature. I'm going to put a little bit more, for some reason, of the flour because it's getting a little wet. And I want to make sure it gets a little smoother but not too wet because I want it to stay. What you do is you heat up the oven to 350. When you heat up the oven to 350, what you're going to do is keep a pan there, not too big, not too small, and you want to have it, when you bake anything, especially cookies, you want it thin, meaning you don't want something that's really deep with the cookie in, because then the whole pot has to be, or the whole pan has to be heated in the oven. And doing that, it takes longer. And you got to put it like for 15 minutes. Sometimes I do 20 because I think just a little bit more. I want it more crispier and thicker. Well, I should name it. It's Fromm, F-R-O-M-M. It's a pink kind of bag for puppies. The food is incredible, but it's high in protein. But the high in protein it was making his stomach a little bit sick as a puppy. So we had to go back, research it, got a little bit less of a protein and some more of a holistic food, which is kind of cool. So what we're doing is trying something new with him to see if that's better for his stomach. So what I want to tell you is cooking these cookies are amazing. I cooked them when he was super little, and it made over 72 cookies. I thought I was going to make at least 10. And but I kind of put a huge thing of pumpkin. There's a little bit littler because I want to see kind of how many it makes. So let me see here. So I use coconut oil or the coconut spray. The reason I say coconuts, it's all natural, again, gluten-free if you can get it, and that'll go easier on the pan. If I do the spray, I do a light spray over it. Some of them says don't put it on the pan. I do it because I just don't want it to stick and get burnt. I think it come out burnt because of that. And I will go ahead and kind of move the camera, now that my hands are all sticky, of course. I'll move the camera and kind of show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so here we have the ball of pumpkin, as you can see. And I rolled it in that. I'm going to push it down so it can make a little bit of a, not too much and not too thing. I will take the one that has the cookie cutter effect. You could do any type of cookie cutters. I'm doing it because it's a doggy thing, so I wanted a doggy type of a thing. Now, when you do the cookie cutter, you just place it around. So it almost looks like this. And then what I do is just push it out. It's just that easy. And there's the cookie. And you keep doing that. Now, my one that, where's my other one at? The doggy one is going to be, of course, a little bit bigger. So you have to do a little bit of bigger area. For some reasons, when I have the cookie one with the dog on it, he likes those better. Like, he knows the difference. And I try to make a little bit curly tail, like an Afghan tail. It's kind of funny. It's kind of cute. But this is what it looks like in it. And then I just kind of push it out. It's nothing fancy. It's like I said, it's just a cute thing. You could decorate them later if you want to be decorative. I think this would be kind of cute. I normally kind of do things for the holidays. So for Halloween, I would love to make these pumpkin cookies and bring them to my veterinarian, people of interest that had something to do with my puppy in the past. And I kind of share it with them, or he's in class, so I'd like to do it for a puppy class and bring them all a couple cookies. Because that is something that a dog can eat. They're homely made fresh cookies, treats. Remember, a half a cup of pumpkin. Don't do the whole can like I did not too long ago. I did like a 64 ounce and I was sitting here with 72 cookies. And remember, 2.5 cups of flour, maybe a teaspoon of salt. He doesn't eat salt. I don't want him to retain salt. He's a puppy, so I don't put it in. Sometimes they'll put peanut butter on it. That's fine if you want to do that, if you want something like a different twist to it. And the other thing is, don't forget the flour, don't forget the water, don't forget the eggs, 2 eggs. Now, some people also put cinnamon in there. Cinnamon is good for the dog, but please be careful because certain dogs are allergic. So I try to keep it as basic as possible, because being basic as possible means if you give it to a dog that is not your dog and is allergic or anything else, that will happen. So I'm going to cut right now, put it in the oven, and then I'll show you the finished product in just a few minutes. So these are what the cookies look done. There's about 16 of them here. Some are super soft, some are really hard. So there's a mixture of them, and that's what they look like. So remember, I had it at 350, and it worked out great. They stayed a little bit longer than the 15 minutes, but that's okay because I wanted them a certain texture. So everyone, this is Wrigley, my Afghan Hound. He still has the helmet on. He is my critic of the cookies. Gently, gently. He loves the pumpkin cookies. So I think that agrees that they were a success, and that's all that matters. They're so good we could eat them, and even they can. So thank you for listening to my channel. But not only that, thank you for coming back. If there's any more doggy type of things that you would like to know about or hear about, and there's Wrigley. Just remember, if there's anything else that you want to know about Afghan Hounds, pets, treats, or anything else, I'll be more than happy to inform you. But go ahead and go below and subscribe to my channel. I'm really new at doing these vlogs, but you look at my YouTube videos, check them out, and as you can hear, Wrigley in the background is going to too. Thank you again, and hope to see you back soon. Subscribe.